Being one of the top 15 people here at eXp for revenue share, I had the unique opportunity of having Glenn Sanford, the founder of eXp, over my house in Puerto Rico with his girlfriend, Debbie. Amazing couple, amazing people. It was really awesome to be able to spend time with them, swim in my pool with them, and to interview Glenn poolside. This clip is me interviewing Glenn Sanford. I just want to start real quick with a brief background, the way kind of I see you. Hearing your story, you have a stock background, a tech background, a real estate background as an agent, and it's cool to me to see how you kind of brought that all together and formed eXp Realty as it is today. So if you could just touch briefly on your experience as an agent, like what was your sales volume? And let's just start there.
Yeah, so I started as an agent in 2002. I actually got in kind of in an indirect way. I actually was running a lot of websites. One of them was a local community portal, and actually sold an ad to a local realtor that decided that I was going to get my real estate license. And so I actually joined his team in 2002. And from April 29th to the end of the year, that year, I sold $7.3 million worth of residential, actually 17 properties. Next year, I sold $7.3 million worth of residential real estate. So my first full year back in 2003. And then 2004, actually, we had a 2-year deal, and I was looking at leveraging some of the internet lead gen stuff that I've been doing and building a team. So we parted ways in 2004 and started a team. And by my fourth full year in the business, 2006, we actually did $60 million in production. We were top 50 nationally with actually KW at the time.
Okay, awesome. So massive success as a real estate agent before developing this model eXp Realty as we know it today. So why did you decide to start eXp Realty? Was there a need that you saw, or what was your thought process back then?
Yeah, so there was a couple things. One, 2007, I went independent and actually ran a team-based brokerage for and 2007 was a great year. We did about $73 million in production as a team-based brokerage. 2008, we were on track to do about $100 million. We actually, at that point, we were in 3, getting ready to open up our fourth office. So Bellingham, Washington, Seattle, Phoenix, and we're just in the process of opening up Portland, Oregon. And then the market turned in 2008. And so we quickly closed down 3 of the offices, had either the agents go affiliate with a different firm, or in Washington State, we just had a skeleton crew up in Bellingham. And I'd also come from a technology background and sort of recognized that high-speed internet was now pretty ubiquitous. We had 3G on our phones. We had cable internet. So the need to actually go to the office to actually access data, upload photos, do all that stuff really was no longer a necessity. In fact, it was a little bit more of a hindrance as an agent to actually have to always go back to the office to do your work. And so when in 2009, given that we really operated from late 2008 into 2009, we said, how do we build a real estate brokerage that's not dependent on bricks and mortar? Because at the time, the housing market, well, in technical terms, sucked, and we didn't realize, or we didn't know when the market was going to really get better. And so we said, given where we're at, why don't we really focus on that? And then the other piece is, if we're going to go that direction, then what would an agent fundamentally need to be willing to leave his or her physical office to actually come to a virtual company? And so we looked at, we could be the lowest cost real estate brokerage on the planet, but then there wouldn't be enough money to actually pay for leadership and management. So we started to really just kind of look at all the things that I would have wanted to have as a real estate professional, having been at Prudential, I'd been at Keller Williams, I'd run my own brokerage, and I said, what would it have taken for me to want to build my business for life? And we just started to add those ingredients into the mix. And I've always referred to myself as a focus group of one, meaning that I really look at what is it that I would have wanted. And given the backdrop of over 1 million realtors, I figured that, I'm probably not that unique. So let's build it. Maybe we'll get 20, 30,000 agents eventually, doing that. And that was back in 2009. We just didn't realize it was going to happen this fast.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's a great way to look at it. Myself as an agent, what would I like to see in a company? And you definitely hit the nail on the head. So the cloud-based part of it, obviously, it's been a massive success. Do you think that we could have had the growth that we've had over the last 10 years had you started with a bricks and mortar?
No, I mean, the reality is that bricks and mortar cost money.
Yeah.
And if you think about what the franchise system, the reason why franchises exist is because the broker owner, or the original broker owner, didn't have enough money to expand to other locations, and so they needed other people to put money up to actually put that bricks and mortar in place. With technology, you don't need that additional bricks and mortar. Now, if agents and brokers who qualify to have their own office want to have their own office, they can certainly do that in the eXp model. We have a number of people that do that. But as an infrastructure, it's no longer required to transact business, to record information, to have all the various parts of the business really take place on the cloud, even if you go to a physical office.
Yeah, I find that true for myself too. When I came over, I kept my own office because I had a real estate team of 5 agents. We were selling around 90 houses a year, and it was my choice to invest back into my own office as opposed to this giant office with this huge lease. I mean, the helium tank alone at my office was $500 a month.
Okay.
So the expenses just get a little crazy sometimes in these bricks and mortar offices. So I was really excited about that opportunity. And do you see the bricks and mortar, say, we all know that recession's, going to come at some point again.
Right.
The market's been great for a long time now. Do you feel that because we're cloud-based that we're poised to really take even more market share when that market starts to dip?
Yeah, well, I think the reality is that we're starting to see some markets slow down, and we've even seen in eXp a number of small boutique brokerages, some of them larger brokerages, actually making the conversion. And I think it's because they're looking at if the market slows down, how am I going to pay my leases? How am I going to pay my staff? How am I going to provide the amenities that the agents have learned to expect and still make a profit? And so there's a timing element. Leases typically run 3 to 5 years on buildings. So as a broker owner, I think we're starting to see some of the folks actually start to make the leap. Go, do I want to lose money in a recession? Because every broker owner that has physical bricks and mortar will lose money in a recession. Or do I want to start to actually convert what I've been doing into a model like eXp that will be fundamentally profitable because we don't have that significant fixed expense.
I hope you enjoyed that clip of me interviewing Glenn Sanford. For the full clip, there's a link in the description, and I'll see if I can get it to pop up somewhere here on the screen.